Hey you guys. So today we are looking at this, which is the Present Toys 1:6 scale collectible figure West Cowboy. It doesn't have a name. Don't know why. So yeah, this arrived this morning and we are seeing this together. It says Present Toys up there on the top. I haven't seen this yet, as you can see. It was really well packed. Where I got it from, it had shoulder protectors and all sorts on it. I am so excited for this. One of my favourite characters. I get the feeling that this is the character from For a Few Dollars More. And that's one I want it to be anyway, because that's of the... I know, controversial, people will complain because everybody says The Good, the Bad and the Ugly is the best one. I like For a Few Dollars More. I'm trying now to call it For a Few Dollars More, because I usually call it For a Few Dollars. Or, yeah, I never thought of it as For a Few Dollars More. So, this will be, to me, Manco. They always call him the man with no name, but he has Blondie in the... I can't remember what he is in the first one. It's gone out of my head now. It's Manco in this one. Blondie, hey, Blondie, in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. So, yeah. So, yeah, let's see if this guy is good, bad, or ugly. Right, we slide... Oh, let's show you the box. On the back there, small parts, not suitable for children under 3 years old. Adult collectible, not a toy. Recommended for ages 15 and up. Be very gentle when you open the box. Fashion up and position the product. Please keep this product dry. Precipitation, humidity, and all types of liquid or moisture can contain minerals that may shorten the life of the product. Please do not store and expose the product to the high temperatures areas or display the product in a bright light for over a long period of time. Do not use harsh chemicals, cleaning solvents, or strong detergents to clean the product. Made in China. Yeah. Right, okay. It's got, I think you can see it up there. Got a noose with a pipe. Because that's Captain Mortimer. Right. Was it Captain Mortimer or Colonel Mortimer? Colonel. Oops, let me just put the box down. Yeah. Right. Ooh. So. Right, let's do this the other way. Right, so we have the main figure there. 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of hands. There's a head there with the hat on. A little bag there with other stuff in it. And then all his guns, which are really quite sunken into the packaging. Yeah. But so far, I'm liking what I see. Right, let's get... Is there anything... Yes, there is. Good. Right. So, pop him out there. Pop that out there. And I'll sort all this out of the box and then we'll have a... I'll get back. Okay, so we have a bag with his, I would say, poncho in it. The parts for the stand. Hands. A saddle bag. His wrist brace, which he uses and doesn't use so that they don't recognise him. His pistol with snake on the handle. Another pistol which has a slight, looks like it has a slight bend to the barrel, but we'll have a look at that later. A rifle with some nice gold on it there. Another rifle. The spare head, or the second head with the hat. His cheroot, and then the actual figure itself. So, yeah, I like the look of this. The gun belt, yep, is there. Feels like you're going to have to maybe manoeuvre some of this around a little bit. The gun belt, I think, sits a little lower than his belt. feels quite nice. It is, I feel like the real material. Very soft. Let's have a look at the extreme close-up of the face. I think that is... I know who it is. You know, when you look at some faces... Go see the Michael Myers one I did. Wow. You look at that. That is Clint Eastwood. Maybe a little bit of Hugh Jackman in there as well. But yeah, that is definitely... It's definitely Clint Eastwood. Whether it's the Clint Eastwood from A Few Dollars More, but it is a Clint Eastwood. Let's just do a quick articulation thing. Head forward, back, tilt either way, pretty good. There's swivel in there as well. His neck is kind of... Obviously, don't open the shirt too much because you'll see that that isn't painted. Oh, right, there is manoeuvrability backwards and forwards in the shoulder, up and down. Yeah, nice amount of manoeuvrability in there. It is a shame this bit, figure underneath, obviously isn't quite as well painted as the hands and the face. The boots do look a little strange. They are pretty much solid and probably glued on there. Yep, they are attached to him. They are his boots. They are connected to him. The spurs, I would like to say, hang on a minute. The spurs are actually metal. Wow. Okay, he does actually have metal spurs. Nice fastenings on there. I'm not sure, the boots do look a little bit of a light colour, but I do know that he has reasonably light boots in the film. They may cause a problem because they are not positionable, so you are going to have trouble manoeuvring them. You're not going to get them into any other position other than that, even if you wanted to. But that's why we have a stand, I guess. I like that. I'm looking at this thinking, yeah. Yeah. Right, we'll just have a quick other look at the head, because this is probably the head I'm going to maybe have him with more, because the hat is in a very jaunty position, I have to say. And I do think that is a slightly better face. It's got more of the snarl. Just of interest, I'm going to get this and see how well we can get a cigar to stay in his mouth. If I can get into the bag. In a minute. There's an easier answer. There we go. Just cut through the darn bag. Alright. So that's going to be the end that goes in. It's kind of weird, it's bendy. Right, I'm going to mess about with that. Right, okay, let's have a look at the other stuff. Let's put that over there, safe with the head, so we don't lose it. Then we have the pistols and things. So there is one of the pistols. The nice thing is, they have actually got hammers on them. And they do turn. Let's see if you can... You can't push the barrel out, but it does turn, which is very nice. And we also have his famous pistol with the... I'm trying to think now what this is called. It's a... Is it naval revolver? Something like that. It's... It breaches that way. There's a snake on it, which I think is the same. This is the same gun that he used in Rawhide. Clint went from being, like in the TV series, went off to Italy and made the first fistful of dollars. It's reasonably nice in there. And then came back again and did for a few dollars more, etc, etc. Right, the rifles, pretty cool. More like a flintlock kind of rifle. And we also have, there's no movable parts on it, but I do like, you can see, the detailing on that is pretty special. So now I'm going to have to work out in the film, because my favorite part of For a Few Dollars More is when he gets to the end and he's sat with the rifle and he does a, you know, bravo. I'm not going to spoil the plot. But yeah, so this is the wrist brace. So I've got to try and figure out how to get that onto. Oh, I know. Simple way. Right. Oh, nice big wrist pegs on there. We take that off of there, and then slide that over it. The hands are rubber, so there's a nice amount of manoeuvrability. Now let me just loosen the string a tiny bit there. There we go. And then pull that back. Pull that tight, and later on I'll try and tie a knot in that. Now, because that's such a big, that's nice, because that's such a big peg, it's not so difficult to get that in there. See how good I am at not tying knots. They laugh at me at work because I can't tie knots. And you can't see that I can't tie knots. So yeah, the pegs, that's kind of a little peg. The peg on there is pretty big. Okay, I'll mess about with that later. We'll get that tidy later. I may just trim them off. Well, so far, so good. Right, let's see what his poncho looks like. Ooh, feels nice. So that's his scarf that goes around his neck, if I'm right. I'm trying to think now. So I saw an interview with Burt Reynolds, and he said that him and Clint Eastwood were taken into the studio and, you know, for a chat, and they said that you were both out of a job because Burt Reynolds, you can't act, and Clint Eastwood, you've got a really big Adam's apple. And as they were walking out of the set, Clint Eastwood turned to him and said, "Well, at least you can learn to act." So yeah. So now every time I watch a Clint Eastwood film, I'm looking for his big Adam's apple. Right. So I'm presuming we put that, very simply, over there, like so. Yeah, he does need that round his neck. Right. Give me a minute to mess about with that. Wow. I think that looks great. I really do think that that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to mess about with it. I'm going to, you know, straighten collars and straighten tassels out and things like that. And work with getting this into a position I like, but just that is pretty cool. It would be good if you... This is one of those I wish I could move the eyes, because I would just position it like that. Well, they can kind of look like they move a little bit. So like... Let's see. That kind of pose. There we go. That's the great thing with these. You just keep moving them, and then you're like, boom, there it is. I've got the perfect position. This is great. This is just the satchel, saddlebag, whatever you want to call it. That's nice little metal fastenings and things like that on it. Don't think there's any money in it. There isn't actually no... oh, there is actually pouches in it. Oh, cool. It does actually have pouches. Okay. But you can throw that over there. And, yeah. Years ago, I read... they did some books that were the characters, the man with no name. And I read one, I think it was called Coffin Full of Dollars. And I remember thinking it was really good and I really enjoyed it. And I'd love to find my copy of it and have a read of it again. As a dyslexic, it was fun to read because it was quite simple. The style of it was quite simple. And it was quite a thin book. But yeah. I've always had a thing for Western characters. I also read Edge books. Ever heard of those? There was a character called Edge. It was very popular back in the, I guess, the 60s and 70s. Maybe 70s, 80s. Very violent. But yeah. Tied that up there. I did have to swap the hand out because the original hand that was on was definitely not the right hand folding that. Those hands are way too big. In focus. Way too big to be holding the pistols. But look at the detail on them. They do have, ignore my mucky nails, they do have pretty good skin textures to them. I am reasonably impressed. And talking of things like that, if we're doing this, we're doing the proper, that's how Sergio Leone used to film everybody, really close up. So if you've got a big TV, that's going to be a real close-up shot. Looking into his eyes. The cigar, the cheroot, whatever you want to call it, was a little bit of a pain to get in the mouth, but I think at some point I may put a little bit of PVA glue on the other side of it just to keep it in. The pistol, like I say, is nice. The same pistol that he used in Rawhide. He brought them all with him. Same with the poncho. Not sure, I don't know if I've already mentioned this, not sure about the colour of the poncho. I think this is the right colour. It's one of those things that, you know, they say the Mandela effect. You remember it one way, but when you see it, you go, oh, it was that colour. And I seem to think, on camera now, it's looking a bit grey. In real life, it is sort of a combat grey. There, that's better. It's more of a combat green colour. It looks different there to it looks on camera. I keep looking at that. I think that is really nice. I've tied the knots. I know I showed them along those knots to stay tied, but I tried my best. Tassels are a little long. I think at some point I may shorten them a little bit. And the boots maybe need some weathering and some messing about with. But we'll get there. Sign, the base that he's standing on is it's kind of generic for the three films. He's kind of got the cavalry thing on from the third film. So, but he doesn't really wear this outfit until the very end of The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. This is more fistful of dollars, few dollars more, which is what I want it to be. The gun belt is very nice. Say it's nice you got the extra weaponry. I think in the film, I know in the film he takes the wrist brace off so that the bad guy doesn't know who he is, because apparently he's famous. He's famous for wearing it. And I'm now trying to remember what the bad guy's called. Hang on, it'll come to me. El Indio. Yeah. I do think they have made a Colonel Douglas Mortimer in the same scale, the same people, so I may be looking for one of those to go with this. Because the other one, I like the black suit version of him. Yeah. It's kind of weird that they call him the man with no name, but he has a name in every film. I can't remember what he is in the first one, but like I say, Manco and Blondie. So, yeah. I really like it. The hat maybe could be tilted a little bit more, but... And it maybe is a slightly older facial Clint Eastwood than it should be. But at some point I will probably swap the heads over and recreate the end of the film with this version and the rifle. I just wish they'd put more manoeuvrability in the boots, really. That's the only thing that kind of spoils it. Which, if that's all that spoils it, then that ain't so bad. So yeah, I am going to wind this video up. So, if you have enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button. If you're new here, please subscribe. It really, really helps the channel. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. We tell you this every time. But it all helps those little channels grow. So yeah, that is it. Thank you for watching. And all I'll say is, this figure, what can I say about it? I'll just say, bravo. Yeah? Okay, I hope you all have a great day. Hope you have a great night. And me and this guy, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all in the next video. Bye now.